1,900 metres, 7 runners. Number 1 is Raw Performance for Georgina Cartwright and Lindsay Goff. Was well beaten last start at the Sunshine Coast. That was almost 30 days ago now, but he drops in grade, and this is a race without too much depth in it, so he's a chance. Number 2 is Springthorpe for Adam Spinks and Olivia Cairns. This horse carried a lot of weight at Warwick a fortnight ago when beaten 5.5 lengths. He's stepping up in distance and dropping in weight. That can lead to improvement. Number 3 is Candow for Trevor Thomas and Matthew Powell. He's an 8-year-old. He's only won 5 from 45. He led at his last start at Toowoomba and tied behind knees, but that was his first run for 6 weeks, so he's a fitter racehorse now and he may lead here. 5 He's Viral, being ridden by Alicia Donald, is trained by Greg Wright. Just a model of consistency, just the 4 wins from 41 starts, but is always thereabouts, well drawn and will be well ridden. Number 7 is Surreel, our favourite for Corey Ballas and Jack Bruce, an improving mare. She's lightly raced 15 starts for 2 wins and 4 placings. She got the job done well at Bow Desert a fortnight ago. Over the 1650, the step up to 1900 won't be a concern. Hard to beat. 8 Buddy's Tail is Gemma Steele for Deborah Corbett. It's won 2 races here, and it's just about ready to improve after 4 runs back from a spell. Wasn't went far at Gatton last start. And finally, number 9 is Confined Thoughts, which is trained and being ridden by Morgan Butler. Just a 1 win from 39 starts, but his last couple of runs haven't been too bad. He's fitter now for 3 runs back from a spell, and he's a chance at big odds. Okay, that's a look at them in the mounting yard. They're now behind the barriers and we're within 60 seconds of start time for race number 9. Our favourite here is Surreel, around the $2.25 mark, just getting out of touch from $2. Certainly looked well on the yard. I've got her on top. I suppose the question mark is she hasn't ticked the 1,900-metre box yet, but she won very strongly at Bow Desert. And I just think there's more go-ahead with this horse than there is with a few of these others that have been well tried and have had a few more starts than her. So 7 on top for me over number 5, He's Viral. Highly consistent, but is nicely drawn. Raw Performance is the firmer in the market, $3.10 into $2.90, and this is certainly his easiest race for some time, and that's a good combination of Georgie Cartwright and Lindsay Goff. And 4th, I'm putting in number 9, Confined Thoughts, who looked very well on the yard. So 7, 5, 1, 9 for me. 7 Surreel runs the favourite, but the best backed runner is number 1, Royal Performance. 1,900 metres ahead of us for the last 2 races here at Kilcoy this afternoon. Here's Josh Fleming for the call.
2 to move in. Thank you, John. 1,900 metres here, so commencing up just beyond the 600-metre marker, basically a lap and a half of the track. And Candow's gone in, and Confined Thoughts will go forward and complete the line for Butler. Favourites Surreel, but Royal Performance well back late number 1. Starter sponsored by Tab is at the side of the gates. And got the button at the ready. So they're all in. 9th of the day. Surreel favourite. Amber light on. And the gates open racing. And Surreel dawdled out. Straight out the back last of all. Confined Thoughts away well. And Butler very keen to lead. In front from He's Viral, Springthorpe and Candow 3 wide. Followed by Royal Performance, who's going to balance up with only probably 2 behind it, and they include Buddy's Tail and Surreel over on the outside. So Confined Thoughts in front by a length, and 2nd Springthorpe, and He's Viral parked away 3rd, and 4th is Royal Performance, and no luck for Candow 3 wide. Buddy's Tail and Surreel's last of all. So in front's Confined Thoughts here as they make their way down the home straight, just over a lap to run, and 2nd placing Springthorpe, and no luck for Candow going forward for Powell out 3 wide. He's Viral 4th, and Royal Performance is 5th between them. Surreel 2nd last, and Buddy's Tail back nearer the insides at the rear. In front, Confined Thoughts here by length, and 2nd still Springthorpe, and 3rd the inside He's Viral. Candow 3 wide around Royal Performance at Sheep Station Creek, and further back to Surreel, and Buddy's Tail on the fence is still last of all. So Confined Thoughts here by length and a quarter. 2nd Springthorpe for Spinks Jr. Candow 3rd 3 wide. He's Viral 4th for Donald. 50 outside Royal Performance. And they're followed there by Surreel, who is still second last, about 5 off the leader. And last of all is still Buddy's Tail. So Confined Thoughts has been joined here now, headed by Springthorpe. Candow's been wide. Raw Performance making ground between them. He's Viral's on the fence, and Donald has to get away from the inside. Further back to Surreel making ground wider. Candow dropping off, and Buddy's Tail's at the rear as they swing down the side. And Royal Performance looming up on the outside of Springthorpe. Back to third, Confined Thoughts. Surreel making ground, followed by Hayes Viral. And they're well clear from Buddy's Tail, and Candow's dropped out. 200 metres left to run. The outside Royal Performance just in front. Springthorpe the rail trying to rally back. Surreel is running home, followed by Hayes Viral. Royal Performance just in front. The inside Springthorpe, and here's Surreel. Surreel on the outside, looming up, taking over late, and comes away. Surreel has won. Second Royal Performance, a photo third. Hayes Viral, Springthorpe. Buddy's Tail, Confined Thoughts, and Candow had a torrid run and dropped out to finish at the rear.
Okay, nice patient ride by Corey Bayliss. I think around the 400, that's before the turn here. Maybe just a touch concerned because she just hit a touch of a little bit of a flat spot there as Raw Performance and Springthorpe got a couple of lengths in front of Surreel. But as soon as she hit the top straight, she really stretched out, and her last 150 metres was very impressive. As I said before the race, she probably is the horse that had the most go forward. That's win number 3 now from 16 starts, and it looks like we can just put her to sleep, or the jockeys can just put her to sleep, and she's going to finish off well, and she showed that again today. So 7 gets the money for Jack Bruce, winning double for Jack this afternoon. He took out the race previous with Freddie, and he's won now with Surreel, so his good form continues. Raw Performance given every possible chance by Georgina Cartwright, and I thought at the top of the straight had the race in her keeping, but Surreel was just too good. We're just waiting on the third number to come through. It may be number 5, He's Viral, who is back on the inside, and just another honest run from him. They've run 159.52, the last 600 metres in 37.01. Now, 5 does get third. That's He's Viral, so it's 7-1-5, and number 2, Springthorpe, has held on for fourth. So the favourite gets the job done, I'm going to say impressively, after race 9 here at the Sunshine Coast. 1 to go, but we're going to head back now to Mudgee with Mick Wallace and Ben Walker.